Most men won't openly admit what they truly want in a woman, not because they're trying to be mysterious, but because they often don't even realize it themselves. Instead, they just feel an attraction or a connection without putting it into words. But when you dig deeper through psychology studies, real-life case studies, and relationship research, you start to notice patterns. There are specific traits that men consistently crave in a woman, even if they never say them out loud. So, in this video, we're going to break down 4 things men secretly want in a woman but won't say. And trust me, some of these might surprise you. Let's get started. Number 1. A woman who makes him feel like a winner. Men are wired to be providers and protectors. This isn't just a cliché, it's backed by psychology. According to Dr. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, men have a deep need to feel capable and successful in their relationships. But here's the catch. They won't admit it because society teaches men to be self-sufficient. Think about this. When a man feels like he's constantly failing in a relationship, maybe his efforts aren't appreciated, or he feels like he's not adding value, he starts to withdraw. He might not even know why, but something inside him tells him this isn't working. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that when men feel unneeded in a relationship, their satisfaction drops significantly. But when they feel like they're contributing, whether financially, emotionally, or practically, they report higher relationship happiness. So, what does this mean for you? It doesn't mean you have to pretend to need him, but it does mean that small things like appreciating his efforts, letting him take the lead in some areas, and showing him that his presence matters can make a huge difference. In a 2023 survey by eHarmony, 74% of men said they felt happiest in relationships where they felt valued for what they brought to the table, whether that was emotional support, problem-solving, or protection. Men don't need you to depend on them. They just want to feel like they make your life better. When you recognize and appreciate their efforts, you make them feel like a winner, and that's something they'll never say, but they'll deeply crave. Number 2. A woman who is emotionally stable. Let's be real. Emotions are part of every relationship, but men struggle to deal with unpredictable emotional ups and downs. A study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that men experience higher stress levels when dealing with emotionally erratic partners. The reason? Men are problem solvers by nature. When faced with intense emotions, they instinctively try to fix things. But when emotions are unpredictable or overwhelming, they feel powerless, something men absolutely hate. Ever notice that some men shut down during arguments? That's because they feel like no matter what they do, they can't get it right. And over time, that builds resentment. Dr. Lisa Firestone, a clinical psychologist, found that when men perceive their partner as emotionally stable, their relationship satisfaction increases significantly. In contrast, frequent emotional outbursts can make men feel trapped, leading to emotional withdrawal. This doesn't mean you have to suppress your emotions, far from it. It just means communicating in a way that men understand. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when this happens. Can we talk about it?" Instead of breaking down when you're upset, try, "I'm feeling really frustrated right now and need a moment to process before we talk." A Reddit thread with over 10,000 upvotes had men admitting that the most attractive quality in a woman wasn't her looks, it was emotional maturity. One user wrote, "I don't need her to be emotionless. I just need to feel like we're on the same team, not walking on eggshells." Men are not scared of emotions. They're scared of emotions they don't know how to navigate. A woman who can express herself clearly and calmly stands out in a way most women don't realize. Number 3. A woman who supports his purpose. Every man deep down has a purpose, whether that's building a business, excelling in his career, or pursuing a passion. And while he might not say it outright, he wants a woman who supports that mission. This is deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology. Dr. David Buss, a leading researcher in human mating behavior, found that men are naturally drawn to partners who align with their long-term goals. But here's the issue. If a man feels like a relationship is blocking his growth, he starts feeling suffocated. And when he feels suffocated, he starts pulling away, sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once. Men don't always recognize this consciously. They might just say things like, "I don't know, I just feel stuck. I need space," or "I don't think I'm ready for a serious relationship." But often the underlying truth is that he doesn't feel like his ambitions and relationship can coexist. So, what does support actually look like? Encouraging his goals, even if they don't directly benefit you. Understanding that sometimes he needs time to work on his passion. Being a source of positivity rather than stress when he talks about his dreams. A 2022 study from the University of Toronto found that men in supportive relationships were 47% more likely to achieve career success than those in relationships where they felt unsupported. Men don't just want a relationship, they want a relationship that helps them become more. If you support his growth instead of hindering it, he'll see you as someone he needs in his life. Number 4. A woman who respects him. Respect is a huge deal for men. In fact, a survey by the American Psychological Association found that men prioritize respect even over love in relationships. Why? Because for men, respect is love. A man can be deeply in love with a woman, but if he feels constantly criticized, belittled, or disrespected, his love will fade. And here's where many relationships go wrong. Women often express frustration in ways that feel disrespectful to men, even if that's not the intention. Correcting him in front of others feels like humiliation. Constantly questioning his decisions feels like distrust. Making jokes at his expense feels like rejection. Respect doesn't mean blind agreement. It means valuing his opinions, trusting his judgment, and disagreeing in a way that still makes him feel valued. Instead of saying, "That's a dumb idea," try, "I see where you're coming from, but have you considered this?" Instead of saying, "You never do anything right," try, "I appreciate your effort, but can we tweak this a little?" A study from the Gottman Institute found that couples who practice mutual respect have an 80% higher chance of staying together long-term. A woman who respects a man makes him feel like he can conquer the world, and when a man feels respected, he will go out of his way to make sure his woman feels loved. Let's recap. The 4 things men secretly want in a woman but won't say are: a woman who makes him feel like a winner, a woman who is emotionally stable, a woman who supports his purpose, a woman who respects him. Men might not say these things out loud, but trust me, they feel them deeply. And when you understand what truly makes a man tick, you build a relationship that isn't just loving, but unbreakable. Let me know in the comments what you think about these insights, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more real talk relationship advice. See you in the next one.